The scent of lavender told me everything. A young African-American woman was about to walk out of my life.
The scent of lavender rose to meet me the moment I opened the apartment door, soft, floral, and deceptively soothing. After 7 years with my girlfriend, Lauren, I knew better. Lavender meant trouble. It meant she wanted something, or she was about to tell me something she knew I wouldn't want to hear. That sweet aroma had become the fragrance of manipulation. 14 floors below, the downtown Chicago skyline shimmered. Traffic humming through the evening haze, completely unaware that my life was about to fracture. Lauren stood near the window, her arms crossed like a barricade over the blue dress I bought her for our anniversary. Just 3 months ago, her blonde hair was styled to perfection, her makeup immaculate, almost as if she were preparing to livestream our breakup rather than actually experience it. "Ethan," she said, her voice carefully composed. "We need to talk." I dropped my messenger bag on the floor. The thud echoed in the space between us. I slipped off my suit jacket, trying to keep my own voice even. "Another one of these. Last time it was about your sister moving in for 2 weeks, which somehow turned into 6 months. But this time, Lauren didn't soften. Her hazel eyes, which once sparked with so much warmth, were now cold and distant. "This is different," she said. "I'm tired, Ethan. I'm tired of this life, of this routine. I need to discover who I really am." The lines felt rehearsed, like they were pulled straight from a script. 7 years of late-night talks, shared dreams, and countless sacrifices, all reduced to bookstore self-help cliches. "So, you're leaving?" I asked, but it wasn't really a question. Her suitcase standing by the door had already answered for me. She just nodded. No tears, no hesitation, just a clean, cold cut. As she went on and on about her journey of authenticity, all I could hear was the sheer absurdity of it all. I had funded 3 different career changes for her. I'd paid for countless expensive retreats and thousands of dollars in self-discovery seminars. I had spent years building a future that she was now dismissing as someone else's dream. But the real blow, the part that truly staggered me, was that she wasn't planning to walk away entirely. Oh no, she wanted to leave the relationship. But she didn't want to leave the financial comfort that I provided. She wanted my money to follow her on her grand adventure. And when I said no truly, firmly, and for the final time she had the audacity to accuse me of abandoning her, she warned me that I would regret this. Then, with a final, dramatic huff, she walked out, leaving her keys on the counter like a mic drop. The door clicked shut. 7 years of my life ended, with the scent of lavender still hanging thick in the air. But for the first time in a very long time, in the heavy silence she left behind, I felt something completely unexpected. I felt relief. The lavender would eventually fade, but the clarity that hit me in that moment remained. It was the quiet beginning to the end of my old life. That first night was eerily still. The absence of her constant chatter, her perfectly curated aesthetic, even her unpredictable mood swings, carved out a strange yet incredibly peaceful silence. By morning, that feeling of relief had sharpened into pure determination. I showered at dawn, made myself a real breakfast for the first time in years instead of the green juice she'd always insisted on, and sat down at my computer. For the very first time, I was going to decide what my life looked like. One by one, I started to untangle every single financial thread that bound us together. I split our joint savings account fairly, but not a penny more than what was hers. I removed her name from all of my credit cards. I changed the passwords on every investment and online banking account. I updated the beneficiary information on my life insurance and retirement plans. I meticulously redrew all the boundaries she had spent years blurring. The feeling of taking back control was intoxicating. At 12:37 p.m. that day, the inevitable happened. Lauren called, her voice sharp and dripping with outrage. Her cards had been declined at a boutique. Her safety net, the one she thought she could leave and still keep, was gone. Her words ricocheted between indignation, entitlement, and sheer desperation. "I need transition time," she yelled. "You can't just cut me off. You're being so petty. You owe me this after 7 years." And then the classic threat, "You'll regret this." But I stayed completely steady, calm, and unshaken. "Choices have consequences, Lauren," I told her, my voice even. "You made yours." That's when she played her final, desperate card, blackmail. "I know things about you," she threatened vaguely. But even that failed to rattle me. I knew there was nothing. I just ended the call. By the time her texts began to shift from fury to pleading, I was already walking along the lakefront, feeling a sense of freedom I hadn't felt in years. In the days that followed, I boxed up all of her belongings. I called the venue and canceled our wedding plans. I halted the house hunt we'd been on, and slowly, I started to reconnect with the parts of myself I had neglected for so long. The man I had been when I was with her was gone, and the man I was becoming felt new-centered, calm, and finally, whole. Sometimes, the cleanest break is the one you never, ever planned to make. In the wake of the breakup, my work became both an escape and a place of rediscovery. My boss noticed the change in me almost immediately. He mentioned a new steadiness, a focused energy, a clarity that I hadn't even realized I'd lost. I threw myself into my projects. I completely revamped the Anderson proposal, a major project I'd been struggling with. My new approach worked. We secured the company a multi-million-dollar client, and in the process, I earned myself a serious shot at the promotion I'd been chasing for over a year. It was startling how quickly my professional competence resurfaced, as if it had been buried under 7 years of emotional clutter and drama. Meanwhile, Lauren's messages dwindled. Her angry texts and voicemails eventually faded into one final, pathetic plea. "I have nowhere to go," she texted. "Please, Ethan, just a small loan to get on my feet." I looked at the message, and for a moment, a flicker of old habit, of old guilt, tried to surface. But I squashed it. I typed back a simple, firm reply, "You wanted independence. This is what it looks like." And then, I blocked her number. With her complete absence, space opened up in my life, real, breathable, physical, and mental space. I reclaimed the spare room in our apartment, which had been filled with her yoga mats and half-finished art projects. I turned it into a photography studio, a passion I'd let go of years ago. I bought new lenses for my old camera. I rejoined a running club I used to love, reconnecting with friends she had quietly and methodically pushed away over the years. For the first time in what felt like a lifetime, my life actually felt like it was mine. There is a unique and incredible power in rediscovering who you are without the person who was keeping you small. Every decision, from what to eat for dinner to which friends to see on the weekend, was mine alone. The apartment, once filled with the scent of lavender and tension, now smelled of developing chemicals from my darkroom and fresh coffee. My own scents, my own life. The promotion did come through. It was a testament not just to my hard work, but to the version of myself that was finally free to thrive. Looking back, I don't feel anger towards Lauren anymore. I just feel a profound sense of gratitude, not for what we had, but for the fact that it ended. Her leaving was the catalyst I didn't know I needed. She went on a journey to find herself, and in doing so, she accidentally gave me the freedom to find myself again. It turns out, the greatest discovery wasn't hers. It was mine. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more content. See you in the next one.